Good morning, children. Now I am going to talk about the mechanism of urine formation. The mechanism of urine formation includes three steps: glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, and tubular secretion. We will see the steps one by one now. The first one is glomerular filtration. For glomerular filtration, the Malpighian capsules of the nephron plays a very vital role here. You know that Malpighian capsule is made up of glomerulus and Bowman capsule. Glomerulus are the network of capillaries that is present inside the Bowman's capsule of the nephron, and the nephron, it is continued with the proximal convoluted tubule and it is entering into the loop called Henle's loop, and the Henle's loop is followed by the distal convoluted tubule, and the distal convoluted tubule goes and ends with the collecting tubule of the nephron. This is the structure of the nephron. So, in the structure of the nephron, you know the Malpighian capsule position. And Malpighian capsule plays a vital role in the filtration of glomerular filtration. Now, the Malpighian capsule acts here as a biological filter. Now, the blood flows into the capillaries of the glomerulus. Now, this blood consists of numerous substances like solutes and lot of salts in it. So, the pressure inside the blood will be more in nature. The blood pressure is very high in the glomerulus, and this pressure is called as hydrostatic pressure. And already the renal capillaries are innervated inside the Bowman capsule. The wall of the Bowman's capsule are innervated by the renal capillaries, and there also blood is flowing, but there won't be any much blood pressure prevails there in the renal capillaries, because the blood capillaries here are not loaded with any impurities of substances, but the blood that is entering into the glomerulus through the efferent arterioles that consist of the concentration of so much impurities in it. So the high blood pressure prevails there in the glomerulus. So because of the difference in the hydrostatic pressure between the glomerulus and the renal capillaries, the filtration starts. Now the filtered blood entered into the Bowman's capsule, into the cup of Bowman's capsule, and that consists of the waste products. The main important waste products filtered here is the urea and some of the salts like creatinine. And the filtered blood entered into the next tubule called proximal convoluted tubule. Now in this proximal convoluted tubule, the glomerular filtrate enters, and it consists of some of the useful substances also. The useful substances such as glucose, amino acids, water, bicarbonate, sodium, calcium, vitamins, etc. So these useful substances are needed by our body, and these useful substances need to be absorbed by our blood. So that work is done by the proximal convoluted tubule. The proximal convoluted tubule reabsorbs all the useful substances and sent back to the Bowman's capsule. And now the waste substances like urea and creatinine are not reabsorbed by the proximal convoluted tubule. And now coming to the distal convoluted tubule. On entering the distal convoluted tubule, now the glomerular filtrate is named as urine now, and it becomes isotonic in nature. And here two processes takes place. Active transport of sodium and passive transport of water takes place. In the distal convoluted tubule, water and salts are reabsorbed and the urine becomes isotonic in nature. Meanwhile, hydrogen, potassium and urea are secreted into the tubules of nephron. Before that, in Henle's loop, water and salts are reabsorbed and the urine was hypotonic in nature. And now in the distal convoluted tubule, the urine is isotonic in nature. Now coming to the collecting tubule. The urine enters into the collecting tubule and reabsorbs water, hence produce concentrated urine. And it also becomes hypertonic in nature. Look at the picture carefully, children. The green color arrow marks indicates secretion of substances into the tubules. The red color arrow mark indicates reabsorption of substances into the tubules. Coming to the last steps, tubular secretions. This is the final step in the formation of the urine. that happens in the walls of the tubules, that is proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubules. The toxic substances present in the body fluids now just secreted into the tubules and thus collected and coming to the collecting tubules. So the toxic substances such as drugs and whatever the toxic substances we are eating in our food items, it all will collected and coming to the kidney, and it will be present inside the body fluids, and that will be getting secreted into the tubules of the proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. And now it will just secreted into the tubules, and that's all. At last it is ended up into the collecting tubules, and the collecting tubules will eliminate it out. This is the final step of the formation of the urine, and thus the urine contains 96% of water, 2% of urea and 2% of metabolic wastes. And that's all about the elaborate explanation of the mechanism of urine formation, children. Thank you so much.